In the previous lecture, we looked at why the Modbus memory area has 4 sub-areas, and we saw how the various types of PLC connections influenced and were tied to these areas in early PLCs. But from then till now, Modbus has come a long way and has been integrated into hundreds of types of devices. Many of these devices use the Modbus memory areas in non-traditional ways. Let me give you an example to illustrate the point. I'll use the typical PLC again. Let's say that I have a pressure sensor connected to this PLC through AI1, and it is mapped to an input register, and the address of that input register is 30,006. So the value of the pressure reading would be at the memory address 30,006. This is a typical mapping of an analog input to a Modbus input register. However, let's say now that we use this pressure reading within the PLC to perform a flow calculation and then place the result in another input register, this time 30,010. So 30,010 would not be linked to any analog input at all, but would store a calculated value. This is a non-traditional use of input registers, but has become very typical, almost the norm, of most Modbus compliant devices over the years. In most devices these days, the Modbus memory area can also be used to configure the device or even store the status and health of the device. So keep this in mind, that you will come across devices where the Modbus memory area is used for many different purposes